Today's news: protesters flooded the German capital to protest military aid to Ukraine. Protesters flooded the German capital to protest military aid to Ukraine.
Hundreds of protesters marched in the German capital Berlin, demanding a halt to military aid to Kiev and dangerous anti-Russian rhetoric, RT news agency reported on June 2nd. This happened after statements from the German government earlier this week regarding Ukraine using Western-supplied weapons to attack deep into Russian territory. Protesters marched from Berlin's Alexanderplatz with flags and banners reading, "Stop war and hate speech against Russia, stop Russophobia in politics and media, and NATO is the invader, not Russia." Activists accused the German government of making political decisions at Washington's behest and warned of the consequences of direct conflict with Moscow. Germany has effectively lost control over its own economy by aligning too closely with Washington, an activist identified only as George stated to video outlet Ruppli. He argued that by supplying Kiev with weapons capable of reaching Russia, Germany has become a partner in this war, putting itself, its people, and the rest of the world in a very dangerous situation. Another activist urged Berlin to take all necessary steps to prevent the establishment of a war economy and to avoid a ground war. NATO and its Western allies have been providing Ukraine with weapons and equipment, but they have imposed usage restrictions. Recently, however, Kiev has increased its demands to ease these restrictions, particularly those that limit its ability to strike targets within Russia. Several NATO members, including Germany, have expressed support for this move earlier this week. German government spokesman Stefan Hebestreit stated that Berlin believes Kiev's defensive actions are not confined to its own territory and can extend into Russian territory. On Friday, he reiterated that Kiev might use Western-supplied weapons to strike Russia's border regions, following attacks on Ukrainian military positions in the Kharkiv area. Moscow has cautioned that Western arms supplies to Kiev will only extend the conflict. Addressing NATO's discussions about Ukraine's use of Western-supplied weapons for strikes deep into Russian territory, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov accused the alliance of fostering a cycle of new tension. He remarked, "They are doing this deliberately. We hear many hawkish statements. They are encouraging Ukraine in every possible way to continue this senseless war. They themselves plan to continue this war with us, both literally and figuratively," he told reporters on May 30th.